Okay, so on the one hand, absolute mortgage nightmare, total mortgage nightmare. On the other hand, I made 13.5 grand in a matter of weeks. Sometimes you got to take the rough with the smooth. Right, so what was this about? This is Church Road. I'm doing a little series for you guys of just picking out some of our deals that we did. Why? Because I want you to see the deal packaging is a fantastic way to go in property, and I've got loads of resources for you guys on our website. Very occasionally we do live events, but I've got loads of amazing stuff for you to download. And also, I want you to see reality. You know, you got to hear about what really goes on, because when it comes to you, you've got to be like, okay, that happened to Susannah. She still got through it. She still made 13,500 quid in a matter of weeks. So let's keep going. Okay, 13,500 is brilliant. How did we get that? Because we sourced a block of 4 flats. This was basically an ex-council house extended on the side and then split into 4 one-beds. Because council houses are really quite nice in terms of size, that rooms are usually very big, also had a large garden to the end, so a small-time builder had extended it and then gotten into trouble. He couldn't finish it, or he had finished it, sorry, but financially had gotten into trouble and really needed to sell. So we got it discounted. Fantastic. The whole thing was 270,000 quid. And what we did with our lawyer was we split the title, because it's all on one title. We split the title and then got it ready to so that at the point of purchase, the title went from 1 title to 4 titles. And then what did we do? We sold each of them as individual source deals. In fact, we actually did a joint venture and a buy to sell on one of them, and the other 3 we sold as source deals, and then the 4th one we actually got the fee for sourcing the deal and then got the profit for buying and selling. So we actually renovated the 4th one. So you've got one house turned into 4 flats. We split title. The whole purchase price was 2,750. We actually did the flats identical price because they were pretty much the same. There wasn't really one that was better than the other. And then we got 13,500. Delicious. That happened quite quickly, matter of weeks. And for deal packaging, and on my website, thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk, I've got tons of stuff for you about deal packaging, deal sourcing. So it really shows you how you can do this. You can download all my stuff. So hop on over after the end of this video, don't leave, because now I'm going to tell you the bad stuff. Well, not bad, just head-bangingly frustrating. So on the other hand, you're dealing with 4 investors to buy 1 purchase. A little bit complicated, yeah? Yeah, if everybody does their paperwork. But we had an additional, should we just call it a slight complication, and we were getting closer and closer to exchange. And on the day, I think, before exchange, we got a phone call from the lawyer saying one set of your investors is instructed their surveyor, their mortgage company, incorrectly. So they've gone into the wrong flat and they've got a valuation of the wrong flat. So you know, person A had this flat, person B this flat, person C this flat, and person D this flat. And the people who were person D had actually got a mortgage on flat C, not their own property. Now, this was quite early on in my property sourcing career. Every penny counted. You know, I'd already mentally spent that money on buying houses for myself, and it was the day before exchange. And I literally lay down on the floor and comedy headbanged the floor because it was just so not funny. I mean, what do you do? Well, A was a mortgage, B was a mortgage, D, now C was a mortgage, and thank goodness person C, who now had to buy property D, was cash. So I phoned up person C, who I knew really well, really liked, and said, we got a problem. We're at point of exchange. The person who was selling it was desperate to sell. Really, you know, it was really like, if you don't get this sold, you know, we're in trouble, which of course is why we found it discounted in the first place. So we've got to get this over the line or the whole deal falls out of bed, and including, you know, we weren't trying to sort of put them in a corner, but including your deal. So you're the only one that's cash. Is there any chance that you can swap from buying this property to this property? And she just said, yeah, no problem. How incredible was that? So what we did is we kind of brokered a deal whereby we said, look, it was not fair if that one ends up, because she was going to do a buy and sell, it's not really fair if that one ends up selling more, that the people, because they made a mistake and get their mortgage, they ended up more. So we just said, look, why don't you both do a buy and sell? You're selling this flat, you're selling this flat, and then out of fairness, whatever the profit is, you kind of half and half share it, so that nobody by this mistake earns more because, you know, in their mistake. Yeah, she said, no problem at all. I mean, just like that. So it went from like almost the worst day in my property sourcing business to, oh, that was really easy, and just get it over the line. So really what I'm saying is, anything that can go wrong in property, you probably got a solution. If you just be upfront and ask and explain the difficulty, there's probably a way of getting around it, particularly if your investors are cash, because the flexibility is so good. So they ended up with good properties. Our lawyer did the title split, and we ended up with 13,500 quid profit. Good, which guess what? I then went and bought some houses. So if you like this video, share it with somebody who's either splitting flats, so splitting titles, sourcing on deals to investors, and maybe having a difficult time or maybe having a great time. Just show them what's coming, or show them, you know, other people's difficult times, or somebody or yourself that needs to get into property, doesn't have enough money, because deal packaging is a fantastic way to go. And hop onto my website, it's thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk. I've got shed loads of stuff in there all around deal packaging that you can get even further learning from. Good luck to you, just make it happen, never stop, never let anything stop you, even if you do need a little moment to comedy headbang the floor like I did that day. Good luck. All right, sourcing discounted deals is how you make serious money in property, but how do you start? Free checklist. Click, link, download now.